All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to build out project number 18, which is Adobe Illustrator Basics. So let's go to LearnTechProjectFiles.com, go to Adobe After Effects 2022 Projects, and let's click on project number 18. And we're going to download that file, and while it's downloading, we're going to do the same old thing. Not really, but we're going to do the same repetition that we've been doing, which is creating a new project. We're going to go to File, Save As, and we're going to create a folder. Okay, following the format that we have right here. So it's going to be 18, project number 18, and we're going to do Adobe Illustrator 2022, and we're going to do Basics. Command A to select all, Command C to copy, hit Create, and then let's label the project the same. I'm going to hit Save, make sure the folder is selected, save it, then go to Firefox, and let's see what's going on with the download. Really? Okay. All right, so let's see if the project file has been downloaded. I'm going to go to my Finder. I'm going to go to the Downloads, and there it is. So I'm going to bring that over to Documents, and then we'll bring it into Projects. Or I'll try to. There we go. And then we'll drop it into project number 18. I'll double click on the compressed file so we can see which files we're going to be using. So we have introduction, benefits, what you will learn, students, requirements, thank you, and then the promo video. So remember, we're going to be using the same technique that we did in the previous video to increase our efficiency. I'm going to go to the project panel, right click and import. And whoops, I didn't mean to do multiple files. Let's do import file. Okay. So to increase our efficiency, what we're going to be doing is we're going to select 18, this, highlight all that, which we've been doing the whole time. But the difference is we brought in the promo video, and then we brought in all the layers with our graphics on it. And we positioned everything and adjusted the size and whatnot all at the same time. Okay, which we haven't been doing prior to the previous project. And the reason why I waited to do that is I wanted to show you how tedious it is to do one by one. So it's better if you know where you want things to be to position them all at once at the same time. And then what you do is once you know where you want to position it, so let's say we want to have it like right here, right? Okay, so I know where I want it. So we have all the things there, right? So that's fine. So what we can do now is I can deselect it and then just work with the introduction first. Okay, so I can highlight all these and move them down to where the footage actually starts, not where the thumbnail is, right? Leaving this one on, okay, deselecting introduction and selecting all the other ones and sliding them way down, okay? And now when I play the timeline, I have introduction. So what we can do is I want to do some different effects now. We've been using the fade in and then jump cut out, and then we've been jump cutting. So this time what I want to do is I want to transform with scale. So what we can do, and before I do that, let me undo that. I'm going to undo a couple things here. I want all the layers to be selected at the same time when I do this. So that way, when I do the effect, wherever I am on the timeline or the composition, wherever I am on the timeline, the effects will be the same. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight all these layers. Okay. I'm going to scrub so that we can see at least one of them. And what I want to do is I want to transform all of them at the same time. Okay. So we're going to set the scale on all of them. And you'll notice it already does it. So if they're highlighted, you can do this effect on all of them at the same time. So I can set this to 0, okay, and it's at 0%, okay. Now, when I go in, and let's say we want the effect to be, we're at 13 seconds, so let's say we want it to be, let's say 4 seconds, 5 seconds. Let's set it to 100% now. Or let's do 50%. So what happened is, when I hit play, it's almost where we want it to be. Okay, it's not quite where I want it, but we're real close. So I'm going to scrub a little bit more. And I hope I didn't stop the video. Nope, I didn't. Okay, good. I had to make sure because sometimes I get carried away. You know this by now. So when I adjusted that, and now I hit play, and it brings it in, and boom, it fits perfectly on the side. And so now what I've done is I've composited 6 graphics at once. So instead of doing it one by one, and you're like, wow, this is really slow. Yes, it is slow. But in order for me to be able to show you the quick tricks, we have to practice and practice and practice and practice. And we need to learn, practice, improve. The only way to learn, practice, and improve is to get the repetition in. Once you have the repetition in, then we can do the tips and tricks. That's the whole point of this entire like project exercise, which is 20 projects or more, is to show you different ways to do the same thing. Okay, and that's really the point of this, is there's a lot of different ways to do things. So always remember that. Okay, now what I'm going to do is we're going to set the introduction here. Okay, and then I'm going to bring it down. Let's play it. Okay, so we bring introduction in. Beautiful. Okay, then we're going to have benefits. So, and what we'll do is we'll have this come in, and then we'll jump cut to benefits. And actually we could just jump cut out of this one, which I'm going to have to go down the, we'll shrink this down a lot. And then what I'll do is, right at this point, we'll just have a jump cut out, and then benefits will show up next. Or it should. If I select these, okay, now let's see if it works. Okay, I don't know why that's happening. Let me see what's going on here. Oh, there we go. Okay, it did work. So what we can be doing as that one's getting ready, then we have benefits. Okay, then I can cut that one. So the only mistake that I made with this is when I edited all these, I should have made them shorter. So that way we don't have to cut up so much when we're actually doing it. So I highlighted all these, and I'm going to shrink all these down, and then I'll bring them over. So we want them to be about that long, which is about, it's about 30 seconds. We're going to shrink it down more. So I'll do it right now. We'll put it down to like 15 seconds. But for this one, I need to bring it over and then cut it down. Okay. So again, there's a lot of things that you can do to be efficient. So we have introduction that cuts out, and then boom, there it comes. There we have benefits. Okay, so we can let that play for a little longer and then cut right here. So just trim up the clip. Okay, and then I can bring in the next one, which is going to live right there. I can turn it on. It just cuts out, and then it pops up. Okay, so what you will learn, and we'll just let that play. And then we grab the next one. Do the same thing, turn students on. So we can scrub kind of to the end of it and just play it, and then let's see what that does. And you can see it's slowly going to show up, and that's really what we want, okay? But you see how I was able to edit this whole thing one time. I added the effect that we wanted, and then all we have to do is move it around in the timeline to make it work the way that we want, okay? And I know I made you wait, but it's important to understand why I made you wait. Because that's, so I need to turn these layers on too, okay? And the reason why I made you wait and I wanted you to kind of, I wanted to build anticipation for this is because if I gave it to you all at once, it would be confusing, okay? If I just came in and said, boop, 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 done, you wouldn't really understand why I was doing what I was doing. So I wanted to make it worth your time, Okay, because really the point of this project and this whole course is I want you to learn the fundamentals of After Effects so you understand everything. File management, project management, layers, how the tools work, how compositions work. It's important to understand all those elements in order to be successful at being a compositor. Okay, so we have thank you. Beautiful. Okay, so there you go. That is project number 18, Adobe Illustrator 2022 Basics. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.